We've seen some astonishing Grand Prix here over the years, haven't we? The drama of 2015 is a recent example. Jenson Button's first win on a wet track in 2006, or in 1997, Damon Hill's heartbreak in the Arrows after a late gearbox failure cost him what would have been the team's only ever victory. What a wonderful place this is to come racing today. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaro Ring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking has always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile circuit, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. Let's hope we're in for another one here today. With me to enjoy it all is Anthony Davidson, a man who made his Grand Prix debut here with Minardi back in 2002. So, Ant, this is a bit of a special one for you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so. I also stood in to commentate on Jenson's win in 2006, and as I was a test driver for Honda at the time, you can imagine that was quite an emotional Grand Prix. It's also a tough circuit on the drivers, this one too. Lots of long, slow corners that require a lot of patience from inside the car. Plus, it's a very downforce heavy circuit. I mean, it's all relative, of course, but if you're lacking a bit in downforce, or if you've got a bit of an imbalance in the setup, this is definitely one of the worst places to have to deal with that.
The team's really happy with how you're driving so far this season. Let's get another good result and show them you want that #1 driver status.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his silver arrow from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen, Alonso, Button, Bottas and Felipe Massa, Kvyat and a Renault, Carlos Sainz and Palmer, Perez, Hülkenberg, Romain Grosjean and Pascal Wehrlein, Ericsson and Gutierrez, Felipe Nasser and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Hello everybody and welcome to F1 2016 career mode in the Renault at the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're going to take a look at the bottom strategy. We're going to try that one. Let's go ahead into the race. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Not the best of starts, but we've got a slightly better one than Massa. Kvyat's got a pretty good start as well, as has Perez on our left. We're going to dive down the inside into turn 1, gain a couple of places, get stuck behind Bottas because Button was slow out of turn 1 into turn 2, round the outside. Just don't have the grip at this stage. Neither does Bottas, who goes wide. That allows us to get side by side with Button into turn 4 and around the outside, but we get the job done. In real life we probably would have got a penalty for that, but you know, track limits and whatnot. But we continue on to lap 12, and it's our pit stop lap. This is where we're going to go onto these softer tyres. Just about get to the pit lane line as we enter the pits in the lead of the race, because obviously we haven't stopped yet. In we come with a super soft tyre.
Go now.
Field's quite close, so as you can see we're down to 10th already.
Okay,
11th now, 12th now. We come out the pits, officially in 12th position. We've got a cracking battle going on behind us. Lap 13. We've caught up to Jenson. DRS wide open. Onto lap 14. We're going to have a look down the inside. Lovely move from quite a long way back. But remember, we are on the super soft tyre. He was on the medium. That's 2 grades softer than him, and we're going to try and get up to Sainz, who's on the soft tyre. Purple first sector. bit of oversteer on the exit there. Take far too much curb. Got Perez in our sights. We've got a little wide. We've dipped a wheel on the grass. And we are round. Half spin. And we drop back to 15th position. Lap 17. And we're behind Perez. Car's making a couple of pit stops. We're down the inside of Perez. He ran slightly wide and we took the place. Through the S's. In the corner that we spun last time. We get through safely this time. Cars really not making any sort of leeway on each other. Quite a good, decent scrap though. 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th and 14th. All in a line. We're going to square off the last corner to get better traction. DRS wide open.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super.
Remember that's a Mercedes engine that we're battling with, but we're going to have a look down the inside. And we take Hulkenberg for 12th place. Another dose of DRS to try and get us to the back of Alonso in 11th. He's trying to battle his teammate Button in 10th. Decent run out of turn 3. Another purple first sector. Gonna have a look to the inside. And again he left us the width of a Renault and we took it. And we're going to try and get Button. Try and get these moves done as quickly as possible. Losing quite a bit of ground to the cars in front, as you can see on the map. Having a look down the inside, but no. These aren't really the corners to make the pass. Running slightly deep, but that allows us to square off the last corner again. DRS open. And it should be an easy move for 10th place. We are back in the points. We're well ahead of our objective as well. I say well ahead. Lap 21 of 35. Our tyres have started to drop off. We're up to P4 due to pit stops. Hamilton behind us. Our pit window's about to close. As our engineer said, we haven't stopped yet. Trying to have a battle with Hamilton, but it's not to be. He's on lovely fresh medium tyres. We are not. I'm going to stick behind him anyway. Oh, nearly losing it on the curb. We're pushing our tyres quite a long way. Our teammate Palmer's out of the race and safety car deployed.
Safety car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up.
We are back on track after the safety car period. We're on the medium tyre. Down the inside. Lovely move. That's 2 places in 1. Look at this freight train of cars. That safety car came perfectly for us.
DRS has been enabled.
DRS now enabled for the remainder of the race. Having a look down the inside of Bottas. Lovely move. We are through. Raikkonen, Rosberg, Fiat all having issues as Rosberg has some sort of car issue. Everybody's all over him. We dive down the inside in our favourite place to pass. Rosberg trying to fight it though. Don't know why. We've stuck to him. Such is the physics on this game. Lap 28 to 35.
Some information on Verstappen.
Verstappen out of the race again.
Gap to car in front is 2.1 seconds.
Bottas with the DRS passes us. There's Verstappen.
Right, some information on Ricardo. They're slowing down.
And now Ricardo's got a car issue. Final lap of the race. We are in 7th place. We've got Ricardo behind us. We just passed him. And we are going to take another points finish. 7th place for the Renault.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Another race where we finish higher up than we qualified.
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson,
Lewis Hamilton
just
winning
what
the race.
set them apart from the competition here.
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
I would agree that
So
the
as I
safety
say
car
that, we can see the drivers
transformed
coming
the
out now
race.
to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in
Raikkonen
Brackley
and Bottas
after another excellent Grand Prix.
on the podium. And there's your champagne moment. We're going to have a look at how the race actually finished. There we go. Lewis Hamilton, Raikkonen and Bottas on your podium. Kvyat, Sainz, Vettel, us, Ricardo, Perez and Hulkenberg round out your point scorers, and there's the rest of your field with Verstappen and our teammate Palmer out of the
Now
race.
let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good
Raikkonen
result
up to
for Lewis
second in the
Hamilton,
championship.
who moves further
Rosberg
ahead at
down
the top
to
of the table.
third.
And now I'd like to ask you,
Bottas up
Anthony Davidson, who
to
was your
ninth.
driver of the day?
Well, I have to give it to Lewis Hamilton.
They're in 13th
it was
place.
just the kind of drive you'd expect from a multiple world champion.
On to the constructors then.
Palmer in
It was a tough
16th.
race for our championship leaders,
And
who
that's how the
lose ground
constructors
at the top
looked.
of the
Toro
table.
Rosso ahead
While
of
Toro Rosso's strong weekend allows them
Force
to continue
India.
their march up the table.
And we're there in
There'll be
7th
plenty more
place.
twists and turns to come this season.
Slowly
Hope
closing
you
the
can
gap.
join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.